רגע, מקליט, יאללה, שיהיה.
אני רואה שניים שנכנסו. Hi, I see two that have entered the room, but I don't... Can you open your videos?
דרך אגב, הצ'אט זה הצ'אט הכללי. אני רואה פה את כל הצ'אט שלי.
Hello, I'm sorry, I have no camera at the moment.
Okay, okay. So this is the room of the admissions office to give some information about admission requirements and application processes, but you should also go, it's very important that you go to the room of your preferred program, okay, to hear specifically about the program. We have here a presentation with some general information. The general graduate admission requirements are a bachelor's degree from a recognized university, and we added here that a recognized university is usually from the Ministry of Education or from a government accreditation agency. The academic achievements should usually be a B+ or A- average. When the program presents their requirements, they speak in local terms. So you need either 80% or 85%, and we give you on our website the equivalency of that. You have here, for example, on our website, you have an example here of Nigeria, where we say that for programs that require 80, you need a GPA of 3, and for programs that require 85, you need a GPA of 4. So we have many countries for which we give the information on our website. In some countries, there are various scales of grades, so we cannot give it on the website, and you need to send your documents for us to check it on an individual basis.
אורית, סליחה, תלכי לסלייד שואו, ואז יראו את זה יותר גדול?
וואי, אני צריכה להעביר, כן, לא, אני צריכה להעביר אתכם מקום לזה, ככה, נכון? בסדר?
מצוין.
אוקיי, יופי. Okay, so this is one example, and for other countries, you'll be able to see it on our website. For the application procedure, there are different procedures for different programs. So there are three main places, two main places where you apply, one of them divided according to programs. The main division is between the programs offered through the Rothberg International School and the programs offered through the other faculties. You have here a list of the programs that are offered through the Rothberg International School. All these programs are handled directly by the Rothberg School, and you have to apply directly from the website of the Rothberg School. The other programs you apply on the website, on the graduate application website of the university. But here you also have, on the right-hand side, you have applications for the local program, the International Master of Public Health, and the international program in the Faculty of Agriculture. And all the other faculty programs we apply on the left side. And that's where you complete the application that is handled by the Overseas Applicants Unit, by us. The documents that are required for the application are, of course, your academic documents. You upload copies of your transcripts and diplomas to the website. You also have to make sure that we get official documents directly from your university. Official transcripts have to be sent directly from the university to us. And you need a copy of your ID or passport, a CV, and for some programs you have to detail your if you have background in research or another relevant background for the area that you're applying for. And you need proof of application fee payment, which is part of the application. Some programs require recommendation letters. Some programs will require you to write a statement of intent, a personal statement. Some of them will want to see a writing sample. And in most of the science areas, you have to find a potential research supervisor before you can begin the program. So to the application, you have to add an agreement from a research supervisor. This is relevant not just for the PhD program, but also for the masters, for the Masters of Science. You also need permission to find a supervisor before you can begin the program. The best way to find a supervisor is to go to the website of the department and look at the areas of research of the staff and start contacting them by email, starting to send them emails, telling them of your areas of interest that should overlap their areas of interest of research. And if you can't get an answer, or if you have difficulty finding someone, then you can contact the head of the department, which name you will also find, of course, on the website of the department. PhD students apply through the Authority for Research Students. They need a master's with a thesis. If someone has a master's without a thesis, they must first write a thesis, a graduate thesis, before being eligible for the program. So the requirements will include both a thesis and your grades in the graduate, undergraduate and graduate program. And this is the page where you have some useful links for the admission requirements, for the application form. So if you can make a copy of this page, that will be very helpful for you. And I'll be happy to take questions if you want.
Hello, I'm Florian. I'm from Germany.
Yes.
And I want to do a semester abroad in the spring term now. And I'm a little bit confused because our exchange office sent me today to this open day to ask some questions. And my question would be, what is the difference here now? Because you said now this is the application for the master program. And is there a difference between the whole master program and just one semester abroad, or is this the same way of application?
No, it's not the same application. If you're coming as an exchange student, then usually you apply through the exchange office of your own university.
Yes.
Are you coming as an exchange student in an undergraduate or graduate program?
In the graduate program of physics.
You are doing a master's of physics?
Yes.
Okay, so what I suggest is that you go to the room of the Rothberg International School and speak with the people of the graduate division, because they handle both the graduate degree programs and the students that come for just one semester. So they'll be able to help you. The Rothberg International School.
Okay, then I look up for the other room. Thanks a lot.
Okay, you're welcome. Good luck. Okay, we have another student here. Do you have any questions that you want to ask? I think if you go out of the room, then you'll be able to find the list of the rooms. No, I have no idea how they worked it out. But it should be still open. Hi, Victoria. You just entered, and Anton. Okay, so we'll go back and show you the. Okay, we have a very short presentation here.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The main admission requirements for graduate studies, as we said, are a recognized degree. Okay, now a recognized university is mostly a university that is recognized by the local Ministry of Education or by a government accreditation agency in the home country. For the academic achievements, the equivalent will usually be a B+ or an A- average, depending on the program. The programs here will state their requirements in local terms, which is either 80 or 85. And 80 is usually B+, depending on the country, and 85 is around A-. It differs from country to country, but on our website, for most of the countries, we have information about the required grades. We have here an example of a page about Nigeria. Okay, so under additional requirements, minimum grade requirements, you can see that we say for programs that require 80, you need a minimum final average of 3. And for programs that require 85, you need a minimum final average of 4. That's on a scale out of 5. So there are different scales. If in your own country there are different scales between universities, then we will tell you on the website to send the documents to us to check on an individual basis. But for many countries, you can see the information on the website. Once you meet the admission requirements, the application to the university is divided into two main places. One of them is the Rothberg International School. If you're going to apply to a program that is offered through the Rothberg International School, one of the programs listed here on this page, then you have to apply directly through the Rothberg International School website, because all the process is handled directly by them. On the main graduate admission form of the university, you have on the right-hand side, you have an application form for some of the international programs, the local program, the International Master of Public Health, and the international program in the Faculty of Agriculture. And on the left side, you will have the link to the application form of the other faculty programs that are offered either in English or in Hebrew, depending on what you're applying for. On the application, you will be required to upload documents. Of course, you have to upload your academic documents, but you also have to make sure you can upload official documents and not just copies or student copies, or you have to make sure that the university sends an official copy directly to us. You need a copy of the ID or passport if you're not Israeli, a CV that will preferably list relevant information to the program that you're applying for, and proof of application fee payment that is part of the application. Some programs will require recommendation letters, some will require a personal statement, some will require a sample of academic writing. In most of the science programs, you have to find a research supervisor before you can begin the program. So part of one of the documents that you have to upload will be an agreement from a research supervisor. The best way to find a research supervisor is to go on the website of the department, see the areas of research of the different professors, and start contacting them by email. If you're meeting difficulties in finding a supervisor, you can contact the head of the program, which will also, of course, be available on the website of the program. For PhD programs, there is specifically the Authority for Research Students, which you contact for that. You have to have a master's with a thesis. If you didn't write a master's, you will be required to write a thesis before being eligible for the program. So the admission requirements will include both a thesis and, of course, your achievements in the master's program. This is some full links, and I suggest, if you can, to make a copy of this. You will have the admission in country. You will have the link to the application form of the Rothberg School, to the General University application website, and also the link to the international office, where you can find information about visa matters and things to know before arriving in Israel in general. Any questions?
I would be interested in the deadline for the application when you come to the Hebrew University for a semester, with a partnership between the home university and the Hebrew U. So I've read something about May around. Is this correct? Or?
I think it is April or May, but the exchange students usually apply through the exchange office of their own university. You are coming to an exchange as a graduate student in a master's program?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, so I suggest you try to look for the room of the Rothberg International School, because the graduate division of the Rothberg School handles both the degree students and the exchange students or the visiting students. So they'll be able to give you more information about coming as for one semester.
All right, so this would be this would be room 4, I guess.
I don't remember the room numbers.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Orit, yes, we have a general question. What is the difference between Rothberg International School and general master programs? Maybe research, non-research?
Okay, all the programs in the Rothberg School are non-research. And many students that complete the MA program at the Rothberg School will remain an additional year to write a thesis in order to be eligible for a PhD program later on. In the other faculties, in the regular programs, you have either a research or a non-research MA programs that you can choose. Of course, for a research program, you need to find a research supervisor. In the sciences, you have to find it before you can begin your studies. And in the humanities and social sciences, you can find the supervisor in the first semester of the master's program. The main division between the Rothberg School and the faculty is the language, because many of the subjects that are taught in the Rothberg International School in English are not taught in the faculty in English. For example, if you have in Jewish studies, the regular program in the Faculty of Humanities and Jewish Studies is in Hebrew. And if you have a program in smart cities, then the MA programs in geography in the faculty is in Hebrew. So there is a difference between the programs, and the main difference is the language and being non-research. Also, most of the master's program in the Rothberg School are one-year programs, and in the regular faculties, most of the master's program are two-year programs. Any other questions? Mohammed, I see that you entered the session after we showed the presentation. So maybe you want to ask about yourself and the program that you're interested in.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? Everything good?
Everything here is very good.
Yeah, the first of all, I want to talk about myself a little bit. I am from Jordan, but I graduated from Ben-Gurion University from Israel.
You did a master's in Ben-Gurion University or a BA?
Yeah. I finished baccalaureate emergency medicine before 10 years ago. Now I want to complete master degree in health public. I did it everything. Yeah, I did it everything. But I asked when I started what I want, what you want. I don't know about that.
Okay, so I will show you the third link on this page. You see application website. Okay, so when you go to this link, you will find on the right-hand side here the application to the International Master of Public Health. So when you click here, you will be able to complete the application form and submit the documents.
Yeah. I saw that. I did it everything.
Okay, so now you have to wait, because usually in this program, they collect the applications and then they make a decision for all the applicants that have applied until the date. So it's not on a rolling basis. Okay, so you will have to wait for an answer. سبلنوت, as we say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
تداربا.
I think the Master of Public Health might also have a room from the main room.
Yes, it's room 20.
Room 20, okay. So
How I change?
You go out of this room and then you can choose another room.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay. Bye-bye. Okay, we have a new participant in the room. God of Tani Jin, yeah? You're welcome to the room. Maybe you want to present yourself and ask questions about your specific situation. Otherwise, we have here the general admission requirements for graduate students. Okay, and what we determine as a recognized degree, and what are usually the achievements required to apply for a graduate program at the university. Of course, English exam for those that come from non-English speaking countries. And you have here a list of the links for the application forms. There is a different application form for the Rothberg International School and a different application form for the other programs, which also is divided into two. One place where you go for local or the Master of Public Health or the Master in Agriculture, and the second where you go for all the other faculty programs. Any questions? I can add that the application period.
Excuse me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, sorry. My name is God of Tanisa. I'm from Haiti, and right now I'm trying to apply to the agriculture and department for environmental science. I would like to know more about the scholarship they had there for Asian people.
Okay, well,
or for international students.
No, so okay, so scholarships, as Jane presented before, scholarships are usually handled by the department itself. So if you go to the room of the International Program in Agriculture, you'll be able to get more information about the available scholarships. Because we don't have general scholarships for international students through the admissions office. We only handle the evaluation of the documents and the admission for the faculty programs, but scholarships are usually offered through the program itself. Do you have the list, Andrea? You know the number for the agriculture?
Yes, it's 22.
Okay, so if you can go out of this room and enter room 22, you'll be able to get more information about your specific program and the specific scholarships for that program.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck. Anton, welcome to our room. Can you tell us where you're from and what you're interested in?
Orit?
Ken.
Yeah, Anton just wrote, speaking about public health master's program at UG, what is my chance to be admitted if he has both a bachelor and a master's in sociology?
You mean to the Hebrew program or to the international program? Because in the international program, most of the students are from health-related fields, but students can be accepted from other fields as well if they have any experience in related areas, if they have any connection to the area. So it is possible to apply with a degree that is not in medicine or medically related areas, but you do need some connection to the subject in order to be accepted. Room 20, you said?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Room 20 is the international program in public health. So you'll be able to ask them directly. There are different, I think that they have two admission periods. One of them is for students who have a scholarship, and one of them is for students that pay for the program. So you'll be able to check what your chances are in one of the two groups. Louise? Welcome to our room here for the admissions office. You are welcome. Yes.
Thank you.
Where are you from and what program are you interested in? You can see here on this page, if you copy these links, if you make a photocopy of this page, you will have the useful links. One of them will detail the admission requirements to the degree programs, the graduate degree programs at the university, and 2 links for the application forms. One of them is for the program offered through the Rothberg International School, and one of them for other programs. You have here a list of the programs offered by the Rothberg International School. For all these programs, you apply on their website. For other faculty programs, you apply on this website, the general admission website of the university. Local international program of public health and international program in agriculture is on the right-hand side, and all the other programs on the left-hand side. The required documents for a master's application are, of course, academic documents, and they have to be official documents. Copy of Israeli ID or foreign passport, CV that points out relevant information for the relevant required program, and proof of application fee payment. Some programs will require additional documents such as recommendation letters or personal statement. And in most of the science research programs, you need to find a research supervisor before you can begin the program. So the best way to do it is to go to the website of the department and look at the areas of research of the professors and start sending emails. And if you have difficulties with that, you can contact the head of the program. And here again, you have the list of the websites. Oleg, can we help you with particular information? Those that cannot, oh, here, yes.
Hello, no, maybe no.
Okay, okay. So there is also, you know, you can also take this general information and also go to the room where the specific program you're interested in is presenting. From the list of the rooms that was presented in the general room. If you know, you can also try to send the questions through the chat. The link to our website will also give you our contact. You can send information through the internet. There are also individuals who make appointments if you're interested in a particular program. So we'll be happy to share to give out any information you want and for any specific program that you're interested in, or you can try to go and see if you can get more information from the program itself. אנדריאה, את רואה את כולם? כי כתוב לי 6, עכשיו 5, אוקיי? 5 participants, אבל אני רואה רק עוד 2 חוץ מאיתנו. את על מיוט.
תרדי עם החץ ואז תראי עוד מישהו. ועכשיו יצטרף עוד מישהו.
אוקיי, יופי. הנה, עכשיו אין לי זה. אוקיי. Welcome to those who joined our room just now. You can find here general information about the admission requirements for graduate programs. You can see here what is usually the definition of a recognized university that you need in order to be accepted to a graduate program. It is usually a university by the local Ministry of Education or a government accreditation agency. An academic achievement for most programs will be around BB+ or A-. The programs will give their grade requirements in local terms. They will say that you need at least 80 or that you need at least 85. And on our website, you can see more detailed information about what the grades are required from different countries. Here you have an example of the page of Nigeria. And you can see that we say that for programs that require 80, you need a minimum final average of 3. For programs that require 85, you need an average of 4. That is from a 5-point scale. In some countries, there are several scales in the same country, so we will tell you to send us your documents for an individual check to be able to get more specific information. All these programs listed on this page are programs offered through the Rothberg International School on the website of the Rothberg International School. For other programs, you apply on the main university application website, either on the right-hand side for the GLOCAL, the International Master of Public Health and the International Agriculture Program, or on the left for all the other faculty graduate programs. The required documents on the application will be obviously academic documents, official academic documents. If what you have if what you have is an unofficial copy, then you have to make sure that the university sends us directly an official copy. You need a copy of your passport, a CV that will detail things that are relevant to the program you're applying for, and proof of application fee payment. Some programs will require additional documents such as recommendation letters, personal statements, and for most of the science programs, you need to have an agreement from a research supervisor before you can begin the program. So you have to upload it to the application. The best way to find the research supervisor is to access the website of the program and see the different areas of research and start emailing the professors. If you're having difficulties with that, then you can contact the head of the program, which you can also find, of course, on the website of the department. For PhD programs, you have to contact the Authority for Research Students, and you will get all the information on this website. And here you have all the useful links for the country-specific admission, for the Rothberg International School, application for the General University graduate application, and also the international office where you can find information about visa, information that pertains to coming to Israel in general. I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have specific to the you're interested in. Remember that in the main room, they also have a session of questions and answers, and they have students and graduates of the different programs telling about their experience. And you can also join the rooms of the specific programs and ask there more questions about the program, about finding a supervisor, about scholarships, etc. Hello, we have a new participant in the room. Would you like to ask questions regarding your area of interest, the program that you want to study? We might be able to answer in more detail about admission requirements to specific programs. If you would like to ask in person or to write in the chat.
Orit, there's a question regarding Islamic studies. Applicants with no prior background in Arabic will need 2 years of supplementary studies except in the Iranian studies track. Does that mean that we have to live or study in the Arab countries?
That we have what?
That we have to live or study in Arab countries?
No. Well, first of all, those requirements are for the program in Hebrew. The program offered in Islamic studies in the Faculty of Humanities is based on students having studied Arabic intensively for 3 years during their undergraduate studies. There is also a program in Islam and Middle East Studies in the Roth International School, for which you also need some background in Arabic, but you can start the program with a much lower level, which means that if you have a little bit of background in Arabic, or if you take a course in Arabic, you'll be able to join that program. And for that program, you do not need 2 full years of supplementary studies. The Arabic that you need to study is not necessarily from an Arab country. You can study Arabic in Israel as well, or anywhere in the world. In order to start the program, the Hebrew program, the regular faculty program, you need a very strong background in Arabic. That is why it means 2 years of supplementary studies. So you might want to consider the program offered through the Rothberg International School, which is a bit easier to get into and requires a lower level of Arabic to begin with. In the Rothberg International School, it is a 1-year program. So instead of studying for 4 years, you will be able to study in 1 year, or maybe a little bit more if you don't have any background in Arabic. But you see here that you have a program in Islamic and Middle Eastern Studies through the Rothberg International School. The Rothberg School is room number 4 indeed. Yeah, it is number 4. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Number 4.
Okay, so you still have like 4 minutes if you want to try to pop into the room there and ask them, because in 3.5 minutes we will all jump back to the main session for final questions and answers. Any other questions? אולי תשמרי את ההקלטה ואת הצ'אט כבר עכשיו, לפני שיזרקו אותנו פתאום. ומקסימום, אם מישהו ייכנס בדקה האחרונה, אז הוא לא יהיה.
כן, את הצ'אט עשיתי.
Last minute. Last chance to ask a question, then we go back to the main session.